I think what's interesting in the 2023 IDC report is it captures how the world has changed in the last 18 months. You know, if I look back to CPaaS reports of 2019 or 2021, they were really talking about growth at all costs, how CPaaS providers like ourselves could help companies with that. Now it really is about how you navigate that complex macroeconomic environment that we're all in. You know, we're all looking at improving customer experiences, but at the same time, we're all looking at the efficiencies that we can gain in our organizations, and I think we can help with that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things they call out is the need for simplicity. Companies are overwhelmed by the different options. How do I leverage my data to deliver a really great personalized customer experience? That's where I think Sinch can really help. Sinch actually means simple, right? So if you're in it for simplification, whether that's for a better customer experience or to reduce cost, it's a good place to start. And the way we're positioned at Sinch is very deliberate, both with our organic investments and our complementary acquisitions, to ensure that we meet all these needs across the different channels, and that really sets us apart. Let's talk about AI.
Let's talk about AI.
Let's talk about it's on everyone's mind, of course. CPaaS plays very well with AI, and there are a few things to consider. Firstly, to apply AI as a business, you need to unlock your data. You can't have it trapped in different systems, in different silos. You need to expose that data so that you're able to work with your communications, right? And where we leverage AI, and specifically generative AI, which is coming rapidly now, is both in the fully automated use cases when AI is able to completely resolve an issue, and it's also helping agents get more productive. We also have other uses of AI, so when we build AI into our APIs, we can help with sentiment analysis. Once you've moved this siloed communications onto CPaaS, you can also analyze it, and you can figure out, okay, are customers in this part of the business or this part of the world, are they happy, are they unhappy? When I change my customer journey, what's the response? And you can get some real data and some real insights from leveraging the AI we built into our products. What we're seeing in the world is just getting a lot more complex, whilst at the same time we all crave simplicity. And I always think about what are we really trying to achieve as businesses when we serve our customers. And I think to how I interact with friends and family. It doesn't matter if I call you tomorrow, or if I text you the day after, or if you reply to me by email. I know that you're you, and we continue that same conversation. You have context and you have relevance.
I have really productive relationships using all of those different channels, but they are different. It's becoming a real two-way personal relationship, and CPaaS is actually enabling that change, so that you will be able to decide whether you want to communicate with that brand or that company on X, Y, or Z channel. So a few years ago, it was all about developers. CPaaS was purely focused on the developer taking an API and doing something smart with that in terms of customer communication. Now, with the evolution of lots of low-code and no-code tools that we have, for example, as part of our SMB suite, really every person within that enterprise, whether it be a technology user or whether it be a business owner, can really look at experimenting with different ways that they can transform their parts of the organization using CPaaS capabilities, and that's truly exciting.
One of the key things to remember is that these personas, the business buyer, the developers, the techie, the executive, in every business, there are some of each, right? So what we've tried to do is we try to build a CPaaS company, Sinch, that can cater to these different personas and for our tools to be able to be used by these different personas. So it means that when you buy something from Sinch, it just doesn't stay only in the tech department, or is just something used by marketeers. It's something that can be used by different stakeholders in your business to meet your desired goals.
one of the reasons I love working in this industry so much. You know, what do we say? 700 billion engagements a year we provide over our platforms? Something like that,
Something
right?
like that.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. I think touching virtually every person on the planet numerous times a year, you know, sometimes in very, very important ways, whether we talk about our emergency services or at a critical point when their plane might have been delayed or they're waiting for a critical, you know, doctor's diagnosis from some sort of communication, or whether it be just to actually satisfy, you know, our own needs from a marketing perspective or a consumption perspective. Not all communications moments are created equal, but we're having an impact on every single communications moment which is out there, and that's pretty powerful.
It's hard to almost to relate to the numbers when you're talking 700 billion engagement, but that means you can rest assured that when you scale with your use case, you're not going to hit a bottleneck. Sinch is built for scale, built for robustness, built for global reach. And we have those carrier connectivities, you know, that super network. So if you're leveraging carrier channels like SMS and voice calling, you know, you will complete that customer journey. It will work, even if you're 10x, 100x, or 1000x the volume, you know, from one day to the other.
And that's some of the complexity which is very, very difficult for people to understand, you know, actually what it takes to connect that message or to connect that voice call or to ensure that that email goes through that inbox. I just like to, you know, work for a company where we can guarantee that that quality and that connectivity is there, because that means we're delivering on our promises, and that means they're executing on their customer engagement programs and achieving their objectives.